What's going on YouTube? LTH coming at you with a Thanksgiving video. Before I talk about it, just want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving, and I hope it turns out to be a phenomenal Thanksgiving for sure. And yes, I am working on Thanksgiving, which I'm not tripping about. But if you're also working on Thanksgiving, hey, get that bread, get that time and a half in, because complaints does no good anyway. Hell, I could be at home myself enjoying some Thanksgiving food, getting full, but here I am at work, getting that time and a half in. But anyway, so let's get on to it. So the Texans are going into Miami for this Week 12 matchup as they stand 1-8-1, and I've learned that Davis Mills has officially been benched. Courtesy of the decision of Lovie Smith or Pep Hamilton. And I want to pour in my thoughts on it. Yeah, he didn't do too bad, but also he wasn't that consistent either, especially in key moments where he looked like he was playing like he was scared to get aggressive and stuff, playing too conservative, and not attacking. Regardless how good or bad opposing secondaries were, but it made it seem like Davis Mills was so afraid to attack the secondary, especially with deep balls. I know the receivers core we got is could be better. The only good receiver in that core is Cooks, who's had a disappointing 2022. But I was hoping Mills would have a good sophomore season, but it seems that the sophomore slump caught up to him, especially his inability to deliver in key moments in games, especially in the fourth quarter, which has been abysmal for Houston as opponents outscored the Texans. I'm not sure how much, but yeah. So let's get on to it. On to the Texans, and Kyle Allen's going to be the starter, by the way. Hopefully, he can help the team to a few wins. I'm not sure how many wins that he can lead us to, but hopefully he can lead us to a few wins, because I can understand I don't see Houston winning this game. I don't want to look too ahead to the future, and I understand it's not guaranteed, but I just want to beat the Browns, the Cowboys, and division rivals. That's pretty much it. But let's talk about it. So the Texans didn't have Derek Stingley, who's still there dealing with a hamstring injury. Damian Pierce was held to 8 yards last game versus the Commanders D-line. Credit to them, they did what needed to be done. Damian Pierce couldn't get going, and Kenyon Green had a shitty game. 3 penalties, including 2 crucial holding penalties. Like I said, I know he's a rookie, but you can't have that. But hopefully he has a much better game, and I understand, I'm aware that interior O-line needs help. Needs to be beefed up on the interior O-line. Titus Howard and Larry Tunsil, they do that. I know they make mistakes, but hey, O-line needs a little more help, to take the pressure off Tunsil and Titus Howard. Damian Pierce, hope he can have a much better game compared to last game. Take as much pressure off Kyle Allen as possible. Secondary, hopefully Stingley plays. That hamstring heals up in time. Oh, excuse me. But if not, then it's going to be more Tavier Thomas, Steven Nelson, who's looked good, and Desmond King. But I got to say, that secondary is going to have got their work cut out for them, Because the Dolphins, they got some weapons. Tua's played his ass off. You got Tyreek Hill. Even with Tua as his quarterback, he's still showing out. if Nelson King or Thomas on Hill, I mean that dude. I mean Tyreek Hill is gonna be tough to stop. But they also got Jalen Waddle, who's also a baller. You know, along with his good running back group. You know, Mostert and Wilson, and they also got Mike Gesicki. I mean, he's good too. And like I said, that Texans secondary gonna have their work cut out for them. I mean, that run defense though, Pooh Cheese been garbage all year, which means I won't even expect much from the run defense. You know, even though Jerry Hughes has been the biggest bright spot in that D line, but Roy Lopez, you know, I was hoping he'd do something, but he hasn't really done much to help that D line. I mean, that's just how bad that D line is in the run defense. I mean, Christian Kirksey's leading the linebacking core. I mean that run. I mean, yeah, the pressure's still going to be on the run defense, but like I say, the secondary is going to have their work cut out for them as well, just like the run defense, because that Miami team is no joke. You know, Miami got a good defense too, as well. Now, even though they got that one defensive end that's out for the year, but doesn't change the fact that this Dolphins team is pretty good. You know, they're currently on a tiebreaker in the AFC East with Buffalo. You know, who's about, depending on how that Buffalo and Detroit game goes today. But like I say, it's not guaranteed they win this game, but the only way they win this game is to be aggressive on both sides of the ball, you know? I mean, and develop key stops in key situations and scoring in the second half, including the fourth quarter, you know, playing football for a whole 60 minutes, a complete game at that, which Houston has had a hard time throughout all of 2022. Ever since week 1, they begin their butts kicked in the second half, which is not a good look for the team. I mean, I know there's been talks about Lovie Smith and Pep Hamilton getting fired, but I mean, if one of them goes or both goes, I mean, it is what it is, because, hey, the coaching staff needs an upgrade for sure, because I did have high hopes for Pep Hamilton as offensive coordinator, but not to mention, the dude's been disappointing. You know, same as Lovie Smith. I mean, the team just haven't played inspired. You know, I mean, they hang around, don't get me wrong, but, you know, they just can't finish games when it counts the most. So, if I had to predict how this game would turn out, I would say Miami will win by 17 points, 2-3 scores plus a field goal. So, yeah, I have the Fins winning this game by 2-3 scores. But hopefully the Texans can prove me wrong, but I actually doubt that happens, just keeping it a buck. So, till my next video, hope everyone enjoys the Thanksgiving. And of course, I got to give a shout out to the homie D1 Chosen. He's a big time Dolphins fan. So, yeah. To always and forever, H-Town salute. Go Texans. I'm out.